Hello from Birmingham. It is press conference day ahead of MVP's biggest UK show yet. We have a fantastic fight card coming your way on Saturday, and it all ends in a mouth-watering main event between Mikaela Mayer and Chantelle Cameron. Alongside me for the ride today, a couple of familiar faces. We have Matt Macklin and Johnny Nelson. Guys, I feel like we've been talking about this fight night forever. It's been a long time coming. How hyped are we for Saturday?
Yeah, really excited. I mean, for Caroline Dubois especially, I think she really wants to steal the show and put on a career best performance. Got a new trainer as well, Amelia, so she'll want to, justify that decision and put on a really good performance. So, but the whole card for Mikaela Mayer as well, really good.
I know you're happy because you didn't have to travel far, did you?
Exactly, 10 minutes from me.
This is your backyard, basically, isn't it? I know you're really looking forward to seeing Caroline Dubois in action as well against Amelia Moore. And look, Caroline Dubois is the big favourite, but you think it's going to be pretty close on Saturday night?
I think Caroline's fight will be fight of the night. I was watching Amelia Moore, and she's tough. And you look at her, you think when I saw the record, I thought, why they put? She's had 4 fights. Why are they putting in with Caroline? She was an outstanding amateur. And then you look at her fight, and I can understand why she was so successful as an amateur. I also understand why she's got this fight. Now, I think this is the kind of fight where Caroline is going to have to work. I think Caroline's a much better technical fighter. Of course, I'm going to say that. She's a Brit. But I think this is going to be a tough, hard-fought fight. It's not as easy as what it looks on paper. So you look at the record of Amanda Moore, and then you'll think to yourself, why is she in there? Wait, just check her out. Check her out on social media. Check her out her fights. Check out how she fights. And when she gets in on Saturday night, you'll realise she's a tough cookie.
The narrative as well leading up to this fight, you mentioned the fact that Caroline Dubois is now with Manny Robles. She's left Shane McGuigan. The fact that she's had her first camp with Robles now, this is her first fight night with him. What was your reaction when you saw that decision to leave Shane, who she's been with her whole professional career?
Yeah, and that would have been Shane's a great trainer, and that would have been a big comfort blanket to her, knowing that he had, everything covered, very thorough. Manny Robles is as well, but of course it's her first time with him and going into a big fight. And if it ends up being a tough fight and there's some hairy moments in there, and just going back to the corner with it's a strange voice. I know they've done however many rounds in sparring, but it's not the same thing. Under pressure, under lights, when it really matters, you've had a bad round, it's nice to come back to their corner and have that familiar voice. She won't have that this time, but that said, maybe she's really bought into everything the Manny has taught her in the gym. Maybe she needed a fresh approach. Who knows? But she's made the decision. She's here. She's always been really, I think, consistent with performances. 1 or 2 off nights, but everyone has those. But generally speaking, she's always performs, and I expect Saturday night will be the same.
I think that change of trainers for her. I think she's based herself geographically in the States. So I remember when Amir Khan was training with, is it Virgil
Roach?
No, Virgil Hill?
Oh, Virgil, yeah.
Virgil. Yeah. And Virgil needed Amir to be there 24/7, not just turn up 12 weeks before a fight. So Caroline is based herself in the States most of the time. Respectfully, she's either going to say to Shane, I'll come over 12 weeks before a fight, which will affect her alone, because you've got to be consistently working in the gym on something on your development. Or she's going to be in with Manny and thinking, right, I'm here all the time, and when we've got a fight to step up. And she was really respectful in regards to how she spoke about the parting of the ways with Shane. And I like that. You understand, I understood why she did that. I always struggle to switch trainers. I struggle with that.
Well, I was going to say, you two are actually a good combo to have here, because you were very much a one-man guy with Brendan, weren't you? Whereas you had a number of different trainers, but was it that because you were searching for something? You were trying to find something else?
It was just circumstantial, really. I mean, I think in an ideal world, you have one trainer and you stay with him because he'll know you better than anyone. He'll know what makes you tick, your strengths, your weaknesses, and you just perfect your camp with each other. I mean, in an ideal world, that'd be how it was. But for me, it just didn't pan out that way. There were some logistical reasons. There were clashes.
In hindsight, who would you wish you'd have stayed with consistently?
So I think I had a great run with Billy Graham, but I don't think he was probably the right trainer for me. Or maybe he would have been if I'd have gone to him earlier, but I think I caught him at the end of Ricky Hatton's career. I think I probably had my best performances with Joe Gallagher. I think he got the best out of me. Buddy McGirt was brilliant, massive character, but then you got the travelling back and forth to America. It's expensive, it's lonely. So then you think, well, I don't want to go over there for the whole year. So then, they've got to get a visa. So then you think, well, I'll go for 6 weeks. And then is 6 weeks really enough? Well, you're straight into sparring, and
And that's probably what Caroline's going through. She's thinking, I've got to be in a base myself where I can go to gym every day, even when I've not got a fight set up. Because you've got to be constantly learning, working on something in preparation to prepare.
So has Caroline moved out to the States completely?
I gather so. I gather that's basically why she's made the move.
So we have got 2 press conferences here this afternoon. Of course, we've got the press conference ahead of Saturday night, but we've also got one after the announcement that we had a couple of days ago. And a lot of this actually might involve Caroline Dubois down the road, because Alicia Baumgartner is stepping up to Caroline's weight division. And I think this is the fight that Caroline's eyeing up, right?
Well, look, Alicia Baumgartner is one of the marquee names in women's boxing. So for Caroline to go from being a really respected within the sport of boxing to, known to the wider masses, an opponent like Baumgartner, that's the type of win she would be sort of envisaging.
2 characters, 2 real characters.
Caroline,
That's mouth-watering, that fight. Potentially, that is a mouth-watering fight.
Right, I think we're ready for our first press conference then. So let's head out to the stage and join Andy Scott.
Well, hello and welcome wherever you are joining us from in the world, and it is great to see so many people have made the journey today and are in the arena. We are live at the BP Pulse Live for a back-to-back press conference featuring the kick-off press conference of MVPW7, Elif Nur Turhan versus Alicia Baumgartner, plus Tiara Brown versus Ellie Scotney, a quadruple championship card. Later, the reason we're all here, it is the final press conference of MVPW6, UK versus USA, which is headlined by that brilliant fight, a rarely seen pound-for-pound clash between Mikaela Mayer and Chantelle Cameron, and of course, it is the UK versus the USA. This marks Most Valuable Promotions' latest event of MVPW, which showcases the sport's most elite fighters with championship bouts on every card. MVPW is part of MVP's portfolio, including MVP, MVPW, and MVP MMA, bringing together premier boxing and mixed martial arts properties under one global brand. MVP is also the new home of PFL MMA and now represents nearly 400 fighters, including world champions, title holders, contenders, and emerging stars. Now, this event takes place Sunday, November 8th at College Park Center in Arlington, Texas, live on ESPN and Sky Sports in the UK. Without further ado, let's bring out the fighters. First up, the co-main event of MVPW 07, a 10-round battle between 2 undefeated fighters for the WBC featherweight title at 126 pounds. MVP's former undisputed super bantamweight champion, the youngest undisputed champion in UK history, male or female, now moving north to 126 pounds to challenge for a world title in a second weight division. Undefeated, 12-0, ESPN's number 9 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. But to us, she is the Queen of Catford. From London, England, Ellie Scotney. Now facing her, the defending champion, MVP's reigning WBC featherweight champion of the world, undefeated, 21 wins, 11 of those wins inside the distance. She is one of the elite featherweights in boxing today. From Fort Myers, Florida, USA, it's Tiara Brown. Okay, moving on. She is the reigning champion. She is undefeated. One of the most devastating punchers in women's boxing. The pride of Turkey. She shocked the boxing world by stopping previously unbeaten Brazilian Olympic gold medalist Beatriz Ferreira to capture her world title. MVP's newest signee, the reigning, defending IBF lightweight world champion, proudly from Istanbul, Turkey. She is the KO Queen. She is the Golden Turkish Warrior. She is Elif Nur Tuhan. It is a 10-round bout, 3-minute rounds for the IBF lightweight world title, the challenger. She is the former undisputed world champion, MVP's reigning unified WBO, WBA and IBF super featherweight world champion, who now steps up to 135 pounds, seeking to become a 2-division world champion. ESPN's #6 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, from Dallas, Texas, USA, the bomb, Amelia Baumgartner. Welcome to all of these terrific fighters at the table. Thank you very much for joining us. We're going to go straight to Elif Nur Tuhan, and with help of Jen, the translator in the front row. Elif, we want to ask you, you are defending this IBF title against one of the most accomplished fighters, the marquee names in women's boxing. What went through your mind when you learned that Amelia Baumgartner was coming up to challenge you?
Hello.
Hello.
IBF hafif sikilinde dünya şampiyonluğunu kemerini Amelia Baumgartner'a karşı savunacaksın. Alicia'nın senin dövüşmek için senin sikilette çıkacağını öğrendin. İlk ne düşünüyordun?
Herkese merhabalar.
Hello to everybody.
Gerek Amelia olsun, gerek diğer boksörler, eğer ki benimle dövüşmeye hazır olduğunu düşünen birisi varsa, her zaman ben de ona karşı hazırlığımı en iyi şekilde yaparak beklemede kalırım ve dövüşürüm.
Whether it's Amelia or any other fighter, if they prepared hard for me, I'm ready to fight them and I'm ready to go.
You're undefeated with 8 knockouts. You've already successfully defended that belt twice. What will be the difference that makes sure that you keep hold of that belt and you come away with the win against Amelia Baumgartner?
Hiç yenilmedin ve 8 knockout'un var ve dünya şampiyonu kemeri 2 kez başarılı savundun. Alicia'ya karşı kaybetli, sana gerçekten en büyük farkın ne olacağını düşünüyorsun?
Şartlar ne olursa olsun, en zor şartlarda da kendimi en zora hazırlamak. Yani ben bu dövüşe Alicia'nın nasıl hazırlandığını bilmiyorum ama ben olabilecek bütün zor şartlara kendimi hazırlayarak çıkacağım bu maça inşallah.
Whatever the situation is, I don't know how Amelia is prepared for the fight, but all I know is I'm prepared for every single situation possible, and I know that I'm ready, and I'm ready to go.
Do you believe that she is underestimating what it takes to come up to your weight division?
Sence senin siklette seni biraz küçümsüyor olabilir mi?
Alicia mı?
Evet.
Böyle olduğunu düşünmüyorum. Eğer ki bu sikleti küçümsüyor olsaydı zaten bu siklete çıkma gereği de duymazdı diye düşünüyorum.
I don't think she's taking me lightly. If she was taking me lightly, she wouldn't be stepping up and she wouldn't be ready to fight me.
We're going to hear from Alicia's response in 1 second, but may I ask you about the other press conference that we're doing today, which involves Caroline Dubois, another champion in your weight division, taking on Amelia Moore. How do you think that fight will go, and do you target the winner if you come through your fight?
Caroline Dubois ve Amelia Moore'un dövüşecek var bu cumartesi. Sence kim kazanır ve maç nasıl geçer ve kazanırdın karşılaşmayı ister misin?
Bu benim sikletim olduğu için en yakından takip ediyorum zaten.
Because this is my division, I'm watching it very closely.
Fakat yaptığımız branş, dövüş branşı.
This type of boxing.
Yani aslında tam anlamıyla bir savaşçı olmak gerekiyor bunun için.
You have to be a warrior to be in this division, and I'm a warrior.
Ve gerek Dubois'un çıkacağı maç, gerek bizlerin çıkacağımız maçta kim en iyi hazırlanırsa aslında o kazanacak. Çünkü bu boks ve her zaman en iyi hazırlanan, en disiplinli olan kazanacaktır. O yüzden maçın kazananını buradan söylemem çok kolay olmayacak. Kim en iyi hazırlandıysa kesinlikle o kazanacak.
it's all about who prepares the best, and whoever prepares the best will come out victorious. And I know I've prepared very well, and I'm ready for everything.
Very well said. Thank you for translating as well. I know English is not your first language, so for doing that, thank you very much. I'm going to go across the table. Alicia, welcome back. You must have very happy memories about coming back to the UK, probably two of your biggest wins here, so it is great to welcome you back.
Thank you. Yes, I first want to say thank you to the Lord for just bringing me here in this moment to be back here in Birmingham in the UK. It's a pleasure. The fans here are great, and there's a lot of history here. This is where I became world champion, and to be back here again in a different space, stepping up in another challenge, I'm so for this. I love this. I'm a competitor at heart, and I have somebody great to fight.
I'm smiling because welcome to the lightweight division. I'm pretty sure you're going to bring some chaos, a lot of noise. I can see Nikita at the back there. You know, the lightweights, good luck. You've got to fit them all in somewhere. How highly do you rate Elif Turhan, the belt holder, across the table, and what have you got to do to beat her?
You know, one thing about me, I'm always prepared. When we talk about preparation, this is something that I live by. This is a lifestyle for me, and I'm more than prepared for anything. And to step up and to accept a challenge to fight somebody like Turhan, to step up to lightweight, this is not nothing new to me. This is why I'm in boxing. This is why I was undisputed at 130 and why I will be undisputed at 135. And so it starts with her.
You have been a vicious puncher at the weight below. Are you confident that you can bring that power up, alongside your skills, up into a weight division north of where you've been campaigning?
100%. 135, again, an easy weight class, an easy weight to make, even stronger, faster, skillful, sharper. Again, this is my division now. And so nothing but all the marbles are in my bag. Like, I got it.
You won't know until you're in there, but do you believe that Elif's power is legitimate?
Her power is legitimate, yes. We've seen that with her previous fights. But for me, this is something that I've saw before. Skill pays the bills, real skill. You know, I know what it is to have great defense. I know what it is to shoot down the middle. I see all that wild punching. I see it. I'm blocking. Derek James is good at that. So anything that she's coming with the wild stuff, I'm going to catch it, and I'm going to counter, and it's going to be hard.
Don't shoot the messenger, but I'll ask you the same question that I asked Elif there. Caroline Dubois and Amelia Mayer are contesting world titles in that division this weekend. How do you think that fight will go? And do you have one eye on the way that might go? Because you could well face the winner of that in the future if you get past Elif.
Could you ask that one more time?
Yes, I can, yeah. I'll emphasise, don't shoot the messenger. But with Caroline Dubois and Amelia Mayer fighting on this card at the weekend, belts in your division, your new division, are you targeting the winner of that fight if you get past Elif?
So I will get past Turhan, and I will fight who's ever next. You know, she has a big fight ahead of her this Saturday, and again, I will be undisputed at 135, whoever it is.
Okay. We do encourage people to ask questions. So before I go to Tiara and Ellie, does anybody have any questions for the bomb, Alicia Baumgartner, Elif, Nur Turhan? Liz has the microphone. Make yourself aware to Liz, and we'll get these questions.
It's a question for Alicia. It's Cam from Sky Sports. Just to build off what Annie just mentioned, obviously a big fight between Caroline and Amelia this weekend. Do you think in terms of Amelia and Elif in particular, people are looking past those two fighters in particular and the skills that they will bring to face both yourself and Caroline?
I could barely hear you.
I'm going to just say there's quite an echo in here. It was quite difficult to understand that. Yeah, I didn't hear that either. Can you just repeat that one more time? Sorry.
Yes. Sorry, is that better? Can you hear?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, just to build off what Andy just mentioned, obviously yourself and Elif, you're fighting on November 8th, and then this weekend we'll see Caroline and Amelia. Do you think in terms of Amelia and Elif, people are looking past those two fighters too easily, looking ahead to a fight between yourself and Caroline, perhaps too quickly?
Do you think eventually a fight between you and Caroline will materialise?
You know, again, this is boxing. We never know. It can be somebody's night. And again, I'm prepared for whatever is to come. I think the super fight, the biggest fight right now in women's boxing is myself versus Turhan. So that's the fight that people need to focus on.
Go ahead. I think that's Al Ferran there. Go ahead, Al.
Thank you, Andy. Can you hear me? Is that okay?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's just to be clear to everyone, with the echo, we're getting it twice, so it's difficult to pick it out, but go ahead.
Hi, Alicia. Al Foran from Oosh TV. Just with regards to MVP, it's the premier promotion for women's boxing right now, and there's a boom in women's boxing, and you have to give massive credit to Jake Paul and Nikisa Badarian for that. And I believe now with the strategic alliance with Matchroom Boxing, this fight is now a possibility with Elif Turhan. So it's a really exciting period for women's boxing, isn't it?
Absolutely, and I'm very thankful to have Nikisa, Jake Paul, MVP come together once again to have women on one platform and for women to get the opportunity to fight. That's what we want to do. We want to fight. We want the exposure, and they have given us that. And with this super fight between Turhan and I, Nikisa made it happen. Matchroom made it happen, and this is what it's about being a collective and making the biggest fights possible.
Thank you, Alicia.
Thank you.
Any other questions at the moment? May I ask you a question without sort of continuing to stir the pot? But you and Caroline are exchanging pleasantries on social media. How do you guard against distractions of taking your eyes off Elif? And it's the same question that I've asked Caroline as well. It isn't the fight at the moment, even though it could be a fight in the future. How do you make sure that you're not taking your eye off the ball, so to speak?
You know, that's a great question.
Thank you.
When you become undisputed, you understand what it is not to have any distractions, what it is to be the best, what it is to be the top dog at your division and fight everybody that they put in front of you. I'm still the underdog. I still have the mentality of an underdog. So when I'm moving up to lightweight, there's no distractions because I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. I've been here. I know the experience, and I have the wisdom to conquer.
Okay, thank you for answering that. Let's move on to this brilliant fight. I mean, there's a word better than brilliant for it, to be honest. It's an exceptional fight. Welcome, Tiara Brown. Good to see you. I mean, nearly knocked me out backstage, shadow boxing against the curtain. I nearly walked into one. When you look across the table there, Ellie Scottney, she has been on MVP and, you know, probably stole the show a little bit. She's coming up to your division now. What do you think she brings? How highly do you rate her? And what do you have to do to beat her?
First, I want to say God is good and he deserves all the glory, honor, and praise. I've been a major fan of Ellie Scottney. It's very funny. A few months ago, someone was asking me my favorite fighters, right? And I named Ellie. And I still hold true to that today. Now, I know she's younger than me. I have her for about 10 years on her, right? She's younger, she's fast, she's strong, but I'm well seasoned. And I've been boxing for a very long time. And this belt, no one's going to take it away from me. I know that she broke many records being the youngest undisputed champion of the world. And she's coming up and she wants to come for my belt. But listen, at the end of the day, the belt's going to stay in America.
How key is experience, would you say? Because that is amongst many things, but that is one of the real things that you have, championship title experience at this weight.
So I've been boxing for a very long time, actually. When I was on Team USA, I was 125 pounds. So I've held this weight. I'm very strong. I'm very wise when it comes to boxing because I'm obsessed with it. I don't do anything except for train, and I train hard. And I'm not just fighting for myself. I'm fighting for my loved ones. I'm fighting for my city, my town. And come this fight against Ellie Scottney, I'll be fighting with Hannah Rapp, the boxer who I just competed against, and she just got her life taken away from her. And so I'm going to take her with me in the ring. So it's going to be a very tough night for Ellie Scottney.
Yeah, I think I speak for everyone in the room and everyone at Sky Sports Boxing as well. Hannah Rapp, rest in peace and condolences to her family. If you don't mind, bear in mind we're going to take questions later. Ellie Scottney, welcome. Good to see you. Moving up, I mean, you must be excited and also a little bit relieved that maybe weight cut is maybe not quite as brutal.
I know, I said to you if I stayed any longer we'd have the same haircut. So, no, I'm grateful. And as soon as, you know, the bell rang back in April, I knew what I wanted next. And thanks to MVP, that's what's happening.
How good is she, Tiara Brown?
Yeah, do you know, I've always said, I feel like if you see the pattern of my career, I took the biggest and the best challenges, and that's why I made it crystal clear. As soon as I left that ring, that was the name I wanted.
Did you I mean, how long has that thought process been in your mind that eventually you will move up? You say at the final bell you made your decision, but how long realistically have you thought that you will be heading north?
As soon as, like, even before the final bell, if I'm honest, I knew going into that fight, you rate for the pinnacle moment, which was undisputed, but, you know, as soon as that was read out, I de-attached myself to that, and I knew as soon as I left that ring, it was what's next, and becoming 2-8 world champion is what lies ahead.
You're going to tease me because you think I'm taking the mick, but obviously you're 12-0, all inside the distance, actually stepping up in weight, because you punch correct, you punch hard. I think there's a lot of people that scratch their head and can't understand why you don't knock people out, but actually a little bit more poundage to play with. Do you actually think that you could bring some power up?
Do you know what, Andy? If I had a pound for every time someone said that, I'd be well off, that's for sure. But I've always said that you're going to see the best of me at featherweight, and I feel like November the 8th, again, the fight I've got in front of me, that needs to be the case. I need to be the best of me, and that's where you're going to see it.
In terms of legacy, going up through weight divisions, you know, you've already been undisputed in one weight division. How much of a goal is it for you to go up and capture all the belts again, undisputed in 2 weight classes?
It's everything. It's a funny thing. I've been brought up kind of in a way as you always look for what's to come, to the point that the belts that are won, my mum won't even let me have on display no more. So the cabinet's empty, so we're starting from scratch. But again, all that's irrelevant. What's to come is more important, and all focus is on November the 8th, where the road to undisputed starts again.
The roads around Catford, you know, it's fraught out there.
They're safe at the minute.
How are the driving lessons going? The crash course that you thought you were going to go on, you know, is everybody safe? Is the car been out on the road yet? Those of you that don't know the story, Jake Paul purchased Ellie a car for becoming undisputed. She didn't have a license. Do you now have a license?
Still not got a license, and I probably shouldn't say this because there's going to be a lot of pressure on me, but my driving test is 5 days after my fight, so God willing, there's 2 victories.
That's we pray for everybody.
The instructor.
Does anybody have any questions for this brilliant co-main event? Or if you've thought of a question now, does anybody have any further questions for the main event? Cam Hogwood, Sky Sports.
Yes, it's a question for Tiara. Welcome to UK. I think you're coming up to 10 years since your professional debut now, and we know that you started off life as a police officer. Now you're on one of the biggest bills in boxing. How do you reflect on that journey in the last 10 years in particular?
Oh, you know, my whole life has been, you know, I've been through my ups and I've been through my downs. I love being in law enforcement because I love helping the people. And I've always been in love with boxing, and at some point, I just knew that to give it all I have, I had to focus on that, and that's what I've been doing for basically for all of my life, actually. I live, I eat, I sleep, I breathe boxing. So if anyone thinks that they're going to beat me, it's going to be a cold day in hell, icicles made of sweat.
Andy Purewell for Seconds Out. Question for Tiara. Tiara had a chance to speak to Ellie earlier, all the way back. Had a chance to speak to Ellie earlier, and Ellie mentioned that maybe towards the back end of her time at Super Bantam, we never quite saw the best of her. Now she's moving up, she might feel like we will see better versions of her. But the natural weight difference, how much of a factor do you think that will be when she feels it in the ring with yourself?
I couldn't really hear you because of the echo.
Said, how much of a factor do you think the natural weight difference will make? Ellie stepping up, but in terms of natural weight, do you think it's a jump?
I don't think that it'd be I honestly don't think it'll be a problem for her fighting featherweight. I honestly don't. She seems to be able to hold her own. She's very strong. Like I said, I walk around, I don't go over 10 pounds all year long. So it's very easy for me to make my weight. I eat healthy, I eat very clean, and I believe she does the same. So I don't think she'll have any problem with the weight.
Alfaran, go ahead.
Hi, this is for Ellie. I know you mentioned that, you know, the cabinet's empty now, you're moving up to a new weight division. But how did you process joining that elite club of becoming an undisputed British champion? I mean, you're in a club with the likes of Josh Taylor, Lennox Lewis. How did you process that euphoria?
Do you know, I'm disappointed you didn't go with a different accent then. Come on, it was your moment to shine.
Would you like me to do it as Chris Eubank then? Was it nice? It was good.
Not bad. But I don't know whether it was a case of like processing it as such, because as fighters, you're in the moment, but then as soon as that moment's done, it's what's next. But I think what I got from becoming undisputed was a level of peace. But again, it's just all about what's to come now.
Thank you, Ellie.
Very well said, and thank you to everybody that asked a question. That is it for the first part of today's doubleheader press conference. Thank you to all the fighters for coming out. We're actually going to have the fighters head backstage, and then we're going to face off the fighters. So if you all stay in your seats, everybody can get a clean shot. And for the first time today, it's my absolute pleasure to reintroduce MC Big Mo.
Thank you so much, Andy. Once again, we're going to clear the stage for some face-offs for the November 8th card, live in Arlington, Texas, a quadruple world title card for MVP W7. And now, for the face-offs, I'd like to welcome the man who, along with Jake Paul, made this all possible, the co-founder of Most Valuable Promotions. Please welcome Mr. Nakisa Badarian to the stage to face off all of the fighters. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you just heard from him. Let's bring him back on stage. The co-main event for the WBC featherweight world title at 126 pounds. Please welcome the undefeated reigning champion, Tiara Brown, and the undefeated challenger, Ellie Scotney. What a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Live in Arlington, Texas, on ESPN and on Sky Sports in the UK. Both undefeated, vying for the world title once again. The champions. This is
an interesting one, isn't it, Matt? Because the last time you and Johnny both saw Ellie was at Olympia, and she had that incredible fight with Maile Flores. I mean, now stepping up, she said she's got rid of the belts, you know, and she's clearly got huge ambitions in this division.
Yeah, I mean, she boxed brilliantly. I think it was in April, wasn't it? She was, you know, punch perfect, really. Fantastic performance. And, you know, she said she found peace. I guess it's like building towards this achievement, and you get it. It's like, and then it's like you feel this sense of satisfaction, peace, high, whatever. And then it quickly wears off, and it's like, right, what's next? Yeah, exactly.
Champion mentality, though, really.
Completely.
Right?
I think it's a blessing and a curse because you're never satisfied.
Well, exactly. You always want the next thing. But what about this one then? I thought it was a really interesting question from Cameron out in the crowd, who said, how important is it for the likes of Alicia and also Caroline as well to almost not take the opponents they've got in front of them, whether it's this weekend or on November the 8th, kind of for granted, because you don't want to look past them yet, do you, when you haven't even had that first fight?
No. I think, you know, it's a world title. Baumgartner's been brilliant. She's challenging. She's stepping up in weight. She's probably the more decorated of the two fighters, but she's the challenger in this fight. But I think she knows that she's got to produce the goods. You can hear her speaking there about preparation. I don't think she leaves any stone unturned. I don't think she looks past her opponents. I think she will, you know, she'll produce a performance that she needs to produce to beat a good champion in Turhan.
The best fighters that women's boxing has to offer, ladies and gentlemen, and they're all part of MVPW.
Very much looking forward to that fight night that is coming up on November the 8th, so a little bit to wait for that one. But I think we're actually going to be joined very shortly by a special guest in Ellie Scotney. We're trying to get her down to our little studio spot here just by the stage. But that's set the scene for today, hasn't it? So we've still got another press conference to come, but they all spoke really well up there.
I'm trying to lip read.
Yeah, Big Mo's just doing his thing basically on the mic. But I was saying I feel like that's set the scene for today. We've still got another press conference to come.
Yeah, exactly. Like that kind of gets us warmed up now, doesn't it, for Saturday's show.
Right, I think I said a minute ago, we've got Ellie Scotney who's going to be joining us any minute now, but that gives us something to look forward to a little bit down the line, doesn't it? I think Ellie Scotney, again, the fact that she's moving to featherweight, but also Alicia Baumgartner, who we touched on before. She's a real character in boxing.
Yeah, he did. I think Andy was trying to stir the pot between Alicia and
Caroline,
and I'm quite sure there'll be fisticuffs or fireworks when those two are in the same vicinity. But Ellie Scotney, you know for a fact, Ellie, she's a fan favourite, and for such an opportunity to get into the mix again, to pick up another title.
Come and join us. Here we go. Yeah, pop in for a little chat. Thank you. But first thing I want to know is, where's your mum put the belts?
She wouldn't put them up.
No, where are they?
She just leave them in a suitcase.
Okay, so they're packed away somewhere safe.
Yeah.
How was it being up there?
Yeah, no.
Now that the fight is out there and everyone knows that it's coming.
It'd be better if we was fighting Saturday, but the fact that I've got the date now, great.
But your friends at home, they'll be watching.
Yeah, they'll be 3
Or some-
a.m.
Yeah,
Wow.
okay. They'll have to set their alarms for that, won't they? How much are you looking forward to it, though? Because we were hearing from Tiara Brown there, and she was saying that she's been a fangirl of you. So what's that like to hear?
I think, like everyone, it's all noise, isn't it? Like the whole press conference, it's all irrelevant. And I think that's what I love about boxing, that the truth always comes out as to, well, no matter what you say up there, it doesn't matter. But you know, Tiara's a great champion, and that was the fact of wanting to fight her, because I feel like it'll be the fight that will show you're different. And I got a lot of respect for her, but I feel like these are the fights that I want to break out and make a name properly.
Ellie, does it bother you giving away the high? An obvious observation.
I prefer fighting someone tall than my last opponent, but wow. But no, I always feel like a fight's a fight, right? I feel like if you two was to go now, right, you'd still like...
Preparation's the key.
You got to do whatever it takes.
No, who would win that? If they were
Either way.
to go right now.
Do you know what? I think Matt's more dressed for it, right? He didn't look at the weather today, that's for sure.
I mean, we were talking about it a minute ago. The last time we saw you, obviously, was at Olympia, and you had that incredible fight with Mikaela Mayer.
Yeah.
But the fact that you've kind of put that to one side now, you've drawn a line under that, and you're stepping up to a different division. I mean, you must be so motivated. Is it new fuel that is fueling this whole thing?
Yeah, I said to everyone, it was a weird one. As soon as, I left that ring, everyone was saying you're undisputed. But in my head, that's done, it's gone. And it was like, what's next? 2-8 world champion. And it was just like, when I got the call to say the fight's made, I got the same feel with when I first found out I was fighting for a world title. To me, I feel like I'm standing there with nothing, which I am. My arms are empty, and I've got to make sure that changes on November the 8th.
That's a really good trait, that. You know, when you become a champion, you've still got a champion's hunger, a challenger's hunger and mentality to put it away, to keep driving to achieve even more. It's a really good trait to see in a pro.
I think I've been grateful growing up in such a busy household. If you did something that was good, you rarely get a pat on the back, right? And it's like, I did that last week. So it was more like understanding that, but it's gone.
Has your mum really put the belts away?
Yeah. She said you can't have them up.
She's harsh.
She's a living.
You know what? I think it's a curse and a blessing. I was saying, Hero was saying, look, it's good in one thing because it motivates you to keep chasing more. But then the problem is, you're never happy. You're never satisfied.
Where does it end,
basically?
basically?
I always said this. I think a lot of people, boxing's what you do, right? The person who you are, and I feel like my faith is what kind of transparents in that. So like, I feel like I'm doing it for a deeper meaning, a deeper purpose. And I know how I'm driven, and I know what makes me tick, and it's just about bettering yourself, and the bigger the challenge.
When did you get the news about this fight?
I got the news. We was hoping to make it for this show coming up.
Okay.
So I got the news. I was on a run, and it was the fight's been made because I asked for it, but I was mandatory, so it helped. And then just from that instant, I felt like I was the first time you got told you was fighting for a world title. Do you remember that feeling?
Yeah.
It come again, and I was like, wow, like there it is.
It's a good end.
How's training been going then?
It's been going well. Like 10 weeks is coming up Monday, so Shane always keeps us in the gym. We're not allowed to get out of it, but I know soon I'm going to be having black eyes. So when next week hits, you won't see me without one. That's the truth.
It's that old cool. You
Cracks
say
up a
10
few
weeks.
It
10
does.
Saturdays left, 10 Fridays left. Keep counting down.
I get a black eye every week.
Okay, we'll know what to expect when we see you next then. Now that you're here with us, your job is a pundit as well,
I
right?
hope I'm getting paid for this.
No, I don't know if you are. Sorry, I don't know if the budget's that big for this. But how much are you looking forward to the fight night on Saturday?
I feel like everyone, I said this is going to be a fight that could have happened from lightweight all the way up to 154, which they're fighting at, and it'll be a fight that will catch fire. It can't not. You put these lot in a phone box, they're going to go. You make them fight for nothing, they'll go. They're just born fighters, and I feel like they're everything you'd want to inspire to, so it can't be a boring fight.
So have you got a prediction?
Okay.
This is what you have to do when you're here with us.
I feel like I'm going to ask all of you, but I'm sitting on the fence, but I feel like momentum's definitely with Mayer at the minute, because I feel like she's grown well into the weight. But Chantelle, she's someone that when the challenger gets more, you see the best of her. So the fans are winning.
Well, we hope there are fireworks on the weekend. I want to ask you about Caroline as well, because I know she's not in your stable anymore, but someone that you know very well.
Yeah, she's a phenomenal talent, and I think the beauty of it, you're not just seeing the fighter grow, you're seeing the human.
Yeah.
And I always feel like that goes so much beyond boxing, and I feel like you're going to see a special statement, and I believe she gets a stoppage.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Have you spoken to her?
Yeah, she seems in a good place. Caroline always is, you know. She's so sweet outside, but as soon as that switch and the fight's ready, she's there to go.
I mean, I know that is a fight that you've earmarked. That's one you're really looking forward
to it, because on paper it doesn't look. It looks so one-sided, so lopsided, but in reality, that's a tough fight, but will be an exciting fight regardless.
What are you predicting on the main event?
On the main, look at you putting it on me. Well,
it's your job, Johnny. Yeah, it's fine.
It's UK v the USA, so I've got to go UK. But I know Mikaela's. She's a smart thinker. She's a smart cookie. But I think Chantelle's got to. She's got to give it everything in the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
But it's a tough fight.
I mean, you can't get out of it.
I'll probably lean towards Mayer. I think
you can take my job, by the way.
It's close, isn't it? Obviously, Jamie
Moore's
a
pal,
Nigel. But I do think, I'll probably lean to Mayer. I'll probably give her the edge, experience, and she looked really good lately.
We're still on the fence.
Yeah, I know. That's my job. I am on the fence. But it feels like it's so well matched, doesn't it? Because you've got these two girls who are at a similar sort of time in their career, both mid-30s, got such similar records as well. Yeah. It feels like it's got all the ingredients.
I just think Mayer's on a bit of a roll, the last performance as well, and I think she's sort of probably coming into a peak now, which... I probably thought a few years ago that was the case, but actually I didn't think she had more to come, but she has shown it, so I'll probably go with her. I think she's tall, isn't she? I think she's carried the weight well, so I think she's settled into the move up in weight.
Chantelle was written off when she boxed Katie Taylor, and so we can't write her off, because she's got a burning desire inside her that you just don't see it coming. So again, she might be a giant killer. She might be one of those to say, I'm doing it again, so you wrote me off again. So, and this kind of being the underdog, even by her own Brits, might motivate her as a fighter. It's the best thing to do.
Interesting point you made about Mikaela as well, though, because she's actually come into this saying, I feel better at 36 now. I feel better than I've ever felt. And
she throws a lot of punches, and I think it's her work rate and her volume that'll probably get her over the line.
I think you say that, but I feel like that's one of Chantelle's greatest strengths. So I think if they're both relying on out-punching each other, we're going to have some crazy punch stats, that's for sure. I think Mayer's got to use her feet. Mayer's got to use her feet, and but I just feel like Chantelle thrives in being seen as,
Yeah, that's what I think Chantelle gets a lot easier than Mikaela, and that's the problem. She's long, she's tall, she can box and fight, and so Chantelle's got to talk her into a tear-up, and that makes the fight more in her favour as far as I'm concerned.
What about it being here? Does that matter? The fact that it's in the UK, it's in Birmingham. I know, obviously, Mikaela, look, she's fought here 4 times, but both of her defeats have come in the UK, haven't they?
Yeah, you think you probably give it, home advantage a little. You put that, obviously, that's a plus. That's a positive for Chantelle, but Mayer has travelled before and has performed well on the road, so I don't know.
I think she did the two controversial decisions with against Alicia and Jonas, where she's probably thinking,
I had
come
Mayer
on.
winning both of those. But I did have a nick in both of those.
So I think the fact she's willing to come here again shows you, she's really backing herself, and I think that would be,
Okay,
I'm excited.
Yeah, well, let's hear from...
Who are you picking in that one?
She said she's on the fence. This
all
is
the
not a job.
questions.
She's on the presenter side with me.
Yeah. Team UK.
It's got to be Team UK. Brilliant pundit, brilliant presenter as well. So you're
got
welcome back
invoice?
anytime. No. We'll get your invoice off to B, don't worry. Right, let's head out to the stage then for our second press conference and head back to Andy.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Thank you for all of you that have given up your time to be here today. And wherever you are joining us in the world, I hope you are having a good day. We are live at the BP Pulse, live for the Fight Week final press conference of MVPW 6, headlined by the brilliant and rarely seen pound-for-pound clash between Mikaela Mayer and Chantelle Cameron. MVPW 6 features a main card composed entirely of the UK versus the USA matchups. This marks Most Valuable Promotion's latest event of MVPW, which showcases the sport's most elite fighters with championship bouts on every card. MVPW is part of MVP's portfolio, including MVP, MVPW, and MVP MMA, bringing together premier boxing and mixed martial arts properties under one global brand. MVP is also the new home of PFL MMA and now represents nearly 400 fighters, including world champions, title holders, contenders, and emerging stars. This event takes place on Saturday at BP Pulse Live in Birmingham, England, live on Sky Sports. We hope that you can join us. MVPW6 is sponsored by Ush, bringing you that winning feeling, and Undisputed. Rule the ring with Undisputed. Get tickets before they're gone at AXS.com. Without further ado, let's bring out the fighters. First, competing in an 8-round super bantamweight bout, Pan-American karate champion, Chicago Golden Gloves boxing champion, and now undefeated 5-0 as a professional from Chicago, USA. Welcome, Brandy Robinson. Facing her, the UK and MVP's Commonwealth, British and WBO international champion from Luton, England, Ticey, the First Lady Gallagher. Next up, competing in an 8-round super lightweight bout at 140 pounds. The USA and MVP's number 9 WBA and number 10 WBO contender from Houston, Texas, USA, Miranda Reyes. Opposing her, UK and MVP's 3-division world champion, number 2 with the WBC and number 4 with the IBF and WBO contender. She's looking for a 4th title in a 4th weight division from Doncaster, UK. It's Terry Belter Harper. Now please welcome to the stage, it's a 10-round bout at 126 pounds in the featherweight division. First, let's welcome the English super featherweight champion, the Banshee, from Coventry, UK, Jessica Barry. Opposing her, representing Team USA, a veteran coming off a challenge for the unified world titles against the great Amanda Serrano and putting up a brilliant showing at short notice. From San Antonio, Texas, USA, Reina Telez. Now for the co-main event, a 10-round championship bout at 135 pounds for the unified WBC and WBO lightweight world titles. Firstly, the challenger, the USA's WBO number 5 contender, a 2-time national champion and reigning NABF lightweight champion from Colorado Springs, Colorado, USA. It's Amelia Moore. Facing her will be the champion, defending her unified world titles, the 2020 Olympian, the UK's reigning unified WBC and WBO lightweight world champion from London, England, Caroline Dubois. Now, I said it at the start, let's get to this brilliant main event, an elite main event. It's rarely seen that you get two of the best fighters in the world clashing a pound-for-pound face-off. Contested over 10 rounds for the unified WBA, WBC and WBO super welterweight titles. Both champions, only one can walk away with the titles. Please welcome the UK's 2-division champion, former undisputed super lightweight champion, the reigning WBO Super Welterweight Champion of the world, ESPN's number 5 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, from Northampton, England, Chantelle Cameron. And finally, the unified defending champion, the US Olympian, the reigning, defending WBA and WBC Super Welterweight Champion of the world, ESPN's number 6 pound-for-pound fighter from Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Woodland Hills, California, USA, Mikaela Mayer. Welcome to everyone up here. I will just remind you, if you have any questions at any point during the press conference, make yourself known to Liz from MVP, and feel free to ask questions of anybody at the top table. Let's go straight to this main event. Mikaela, I mean, it is a rarity. I mean, it's becoming more common, but it is a rarity to get two fighters at the very top of their game agree to fight each other. I suppose in a number of ways, why agree, and why are you so confident that you take those belts and you take that one back?
Well, I'm in that stage in my career where these are the only type of fights that I really want. And I think Cameron feels the same way. We both have similar careers if you've followed us, right? We've had a little up, we've had a lot of ups and a few downs, but it's great that we both always wanted to continue to fight the best. So we're coming together at a time when we're still at the top of our game. We navigated our way back to the top, and this is the time to go against each other. So I'm glad it's happening now and not later. And I mean, the women are doing that time and time again. So,
may I ask what you think the difference between you and her is, and what makes you, in your opinion, a better fighter?
I think I can just do more. I mean, I think that you look at Chantelle Cameron and her style, and it's very straightforward. You know what she's going to do. And I think I have I'm a little bit more diverse. So when I need to switch up the game plan, if need be, I can. I have other tools in my pocket. And at these big fights, sometimes you have to adjust and do something different. And if I have to, I got what it takes to do that.
Let's go across the table. Hello, Chantelle. Does the best Chantelle Cameron beat the best Mikaela Mayer? And how confident are you that you can produce your best on Saturday night?
Well, doing everything that's been asked of me, and I think I'm in the prime, actually. I think, obviously, I had a few ups and downs, but I'm in a good place. I'm with my team, and I just think everything's going well for me, and I think I'm in the form of my life.
Because you don't like doing media and you don't scream and shout, you know, I say this with respect, by the way, but actually, those that shout the loudest usually, you know, get the bright lights and stuff like that. You are a brilliant fighter. You know, you are a former undisputed champion. Do you think that you are underrated and underappreciated?
I don't really care, if I'm honest. All I've got to do is turn up, and then when I've got to perform, I perform. I think everything else is just noise. So as long as I know that I'm winning my fights and I'm doing what I want to do and what I'm set out to do, everything else is just noise. So I'm just take it in my stride. Yeah, I often get accused of making a lot of noise, it has to be said. Where does she rank, she being Mikaela Mayer, apologies, where does Mikaela Mayer rank in opponents that you faced, and how good do you think she is? I think Mikaela is very good, and that's why I've always wanted this fight. I think she's brilliant, and I'm actually a fan of hers. Even though I'm coming up against her, I'd watch Mikaela and enjoy her fights. But that's why I want to fight her, because I want to fight the best. And I think our styles are going to gel very well. And to say to rate her, I wouldn't rate her because I think styles make fights, and obviously I boxed Katie Taylor, but Mikaela's style is so different to Katie Taylor, so I'm not going to make a rating. It's all about the style, and I think me and Mikaela, I think our styles just gel for a really good fight.
Yeah, I think everybody agrees with that. Let's pause you two there and go to this brilliant co-main event. If you don't mind, Caroline, I'll start with the challenger, Amelia Moore. Welcome. How have you travelled, and now you're here? I mean, you cut a very confident character at the launch press conference. Has that confidence grown, or are you just equally as confident that you're taking those belts back to the USA?
Yeah, without doubt. I mean, it's been a month since I've seen you guys, and every day is another stepping stone towards building more of myself and digging deeper into the camp. So I've had a brilliant camp. I feel amazing. The weight cut's been easy. My endurance is insane. My volume's up. I am ready to go. Let's make a beautiful performance on Saturday, and I'm energetically there. My soul feels right. So, yeah, let's get after it.
Perhaps we are unconsciously biased towards Caroline because we've done her whole career. We've seen
How
more of
dare
her. We have seen more of her. One of the things that might go in your favour, actually, is that you've only had 4 fights as a pro, and it is difficult perhaps to follow your whole established amateur career. Do you think actually it's a benefit that you may well be coming under the radar a little bit, and the pressure may well sit on this side of the table?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's not a lot out there. We've talked about it before. I was really dedicated with my amateur career. I loved the pathway that I was going. Things changed, turned pro, been hard stepping ever since. And yeah, there's not a lot out there on me, and a lot of things have changed. You know, like a lot of things I've grown, I've developed, I've found joy, and I think when you're happy, you grow the most. So yeah, coming in as definitely a dark horse, and it's adjustments on the fly.
The proof will be under these bright lights on Saturday night, but do you think that Caroline is looking past you to future title fights and that she has taken her eye off you?
Well, the media certainly has. I mean, there's been articles that have already been released looking towards, you know, Alif, who's here, and Alicia, and all these potential fights beyond me. But I mean, you can't move past what you already have in front of you, and I'm not going to allow it to be so. So it's putting on a spectacular event on Saturday, and whatever's looking beyond me is just missed energy.
Okay, let's go across the table to the champion, Caroline. Great to see you smiling. How confident are you that you'll be keeping hold of those belts? And obviously there's loads of names flying about at the moment, but all that matters is that you do get over the line on Saturday. How confident are you that you have the tools to beat Amelia Mayer?
No, I'm 100% confident. I've come so far. I've changed my team. I've moved to LA. I've dedicated myself, as always, and I'm excited. At the end of the day, it's always an opportunity for me to just show out, show the world why I'm the best in the 135 division, and it's just another step on the road for me. I think it's another opportunity to come out, show up and show out.
How do you guard against looking past Amelia Mayer? You know, especially when people like me keep feeding you questions about Baumgartner, Turhan, Stephanie Hahn, other champions. How do you make sure that you aren't complacent and you're not looking past Amelia Mayer?
No, I always have an issue when people say this, looking past and overlooking and stuff, because at the end of the day, I'm a person who believes in goals. I have big goals, I have little goals. You know, the little ones could be turning up into the gym, sparring, training, all of that, and big ones are becoming undisputed. So, you know, my mind, my heart, and my soul is set on becoming undisputed. Nobody's going to stop me from achieving that. In terms of me overlooking anyone, I don't see that has an even possibility, because I see respect as training as hard as I absolutely can. I respected Amelia Mayer in this camp because I've trained like an absolute animal. I've left no stone unturned. You know, Manny can talk for me. The training, the sparring has been the highest level, and I've been performing every single day. There's no way I've looked over past her. I've trained unbelievably hard.
Before I open it up to the floor, what difference has Manny Robles made to the Caroline Dubois that we might see under Fight Night Lights? You know, are we going to see wholesale changes, or is it just little tweaks?
No, listen, I can be here all day, and we'll have a conversation back and forth, but I believe talk is cheap. I can't wait until Saturday to show you guys. I think the best way to do it is to show it, and I hope you guys enjoy the show. Make sure you tune in Saturday. It's on Sky Sports. Make sure you tune in, and you'll see with your own two eyes the changes, the improvements, the development, and ultimately, I believe, you know, this fight is going to steal the show.
Let's throw it out to the floor before, after that, we'll make our way through the rest of Team USA and Team UK. Liz, you have Cam Hogwood there from Sky Sports. Go ahead, Cam.
Hi, it's Cam from Sky Sports. It's a question for Amelia. Amelia, yesterday you said it's not a matter of luck, it's a matter of time, and why do you believe this is your time?
Yeah, you know, it's all about building, right? We are, as athletes, we're building towards that goal and just kind of to echo what Caroline said, the little goals and the big goals. Every day it's about that consistency. And, you know, culminating to that point, there's been a lot of pieces that kind of fell into place for me as far as my network, my support system, how things have gone about to be able to even allow me to train full-time and moving into this career as a professional and stepping away from the amateurs. And it's when you look at the pieces fall into place the way it doesn't seem coincidental anymore, and it's not a matter of luck, it's a matter of time. And when you keep keep trudging forward towards it, the opportunity comes up and you're ready to walk through that door of opportunity.
Hi, this question is for Amelia. My name is Rashida from Virgo Boxing News. You said earlier that people see you as the dark horse. So what is the key thing that you think will be to be your opponent, Caroline Dubois?
So we're both super high level IQ athletes, right? And at the top of our physical game. But at the top of this game, it really comes down to being able to adapt within the moment. And I believe that that's where I really, really start to pull, I have such skill level when it comes to that, being creative, adapting, and really seeing the things in real time and being able to adjust as you move forward. So I'm unpredictable, and I think that's been a really beautiful part of who I am, is that I have a ton of tools in my toolbox, and you never know which one I pull out.
My name is Alicia Baumgartner. I have a question for Mikaela Mayer. Mikaela, with you stepping up to the plate to fight Chantelle, what's the mindset going into this fight? I know that you have grown a lot and had many great fights, but why is this one different?
Oh, Alicia. I've adjusted. I've gotten better and better and better. I learned not to make the mistakes that I made with you. And when I go in there this weekend, I'm going to start quick, start fast, start from round one, not let anything get away from me, and not leave it in the hands of the judges, because you can't always trust the judges.
Okay, let's... my God, that was a curveball. Who saw that coming? Let's move on to some of the brilliant fights that we have on the undercard here. Brandy Robinson, if you don't mind, I'll come to you. Welcome. Your first fight outside of the United States. You've already been brilliant in other fight disciplines.
Yes.
How excited are you to showcase your boxing skills on Saturday night on the big platform?
I'm thankful for the opportunity to be here, and I'm very excited. I'm always in the gym, and I was prepared for the opportunity.
How far do you think you can go in this sport? And, we all set ourselves targets and where we want to get to. Your boxing journey, realistically, where do you see yourself getting to if time and luck and everything works in your favour?
Well, the ultimate goal for me is to be back at the world championship level with this sport, and I know it takes a lot of patience and timing, so I'm in it. I'm in it to win it.
What do you know about your opponent? She was watching you very closely at the open workouts yesterday, Tycee Gallagher. I think we're really looking forward to this one for a number of reasons. What do you know about her? What do you have to do to beat her?
I don't know much about my opponent. I know she has 12 fights. I really think, honestly, the pressure's on her. I'm in her hometown. This is her country, her people, her supporters. All her fans are here. So the pressure is really on her to do whatever she's going to do. I'm going to bring the best version of myself in the ring, and that's it. Put on for my city and put on for my gym.
Well said. Let's get Tycee's reaction to that. The pressure's on you, according to Brandy. I mean, how do you feel coming into this? And I think in a number of ways this probably is the biggest platform that you've boxed on, the biggest stage in your career. Is that a fair comment?
Yeah, definitely. This is the biggest stage, but after the year or so I've had, I've just let go of every pressure in every aspect of my life. I never put pressure on myself, and I'm just going to go out there, enjoy it, and when I do that, I perform the best.
Do you believe, in a number of ways, that even us in the UK here, we haven't seen what you're capable of for a number of different life circumstances and bad luck along the way? And actually, this is your time to show everybody exactly what, not necessarily the hype, but the reputation that you have.
Absolutely. There's been glimpses here and there, and just as it was going to take off, obviously we had a couple of setbacks, so I'm so excited and appreciate the opportunity that I've been given, and yeah, now it's the start of showing everyone, the world and myself, exactly what I can go and do, and I believe I'm going to the top with the super bantamweight division. I'm going to take over.
Apologies to our US visitors, but we're going to talk soccer for 1 second. But you saw us on Sky Sports platforms. You got welcomed at Luton Town Football Club. What was that like, being paraded in front of the fans? And how desperately, really, do you want to take success back there?
it's amazing. Like Luton, that's where I'm from, and that's where the community backed me so much, and to go on the pitch last week and get celebrated, and like everyone's behind me, and I can't wait to bring this back to Luton and bring the world title back to Luton.
Let's just move across just one. Terry Harper, if you don't mind, in my eye line there. Great to see you back as well. How excited are you? And, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but what are your remaining ambitions and motivations? Because you have achieved so much in this sport already. Climbing a mountain once is hard enough. Doing it 3 times is incredible. Do you believe you can go on and win a world title in a 4th weight class?
Yeah, I think as an athlete and as a competitive person, I always want to do better, be better, and keep improving. Obviously, coming off the last fight, I learned from that fight, and I'll take it into the next fight. And MVP came forward with a plan at 140, and I thought it was brilliant. And I'm grateful for the opportunity they've given me.
What are you expecting from Miranda Reyes, someone that we have welcomed over here before and we have seen? We know how good she is.
Yes, what I've seen, she's game. It's a pressure fight for me. It's a must-win fight. I can't be losing 2 fights on the bounce, because where does my career go from there? So I know Miranda was saying yesterday that I've probably overlooked her, but that's not the case at all. I've taken this fight very serious, like I would any other fight, and I know that I need to be the best version of me on Saturday night to get a good, dominant performance over Miranda.
Let's welcome Miranda again. Welcome back to the UK. What does it mean to you to come over here and fight someone of Terry Harper's stature? Do you see this as an opportunity for you to take one big leap to the very top level of the sport?
Yes, of course. It's just an honor to be back here in the UK. I love it here, and it's an honor to step in the ring with Terry Harper. Respectfully, she has accomplished a lot in the sport, but, she's on her way out, and I'm going to lead her to that way. And on August 29th, you're going to see a great fight.
Do you think the best Miranda Reyes beats Terry Harper inside the distance? Is that what you're saying? You say a phrase there, she's on her way out. If you produce your best, do you believe that this goes the distance?
Right now, the mindset's right. I have a great team behind me, and we put a hard work, and, we all want the knockout, but if it has to go to deep waters, we'll take it there.
I'll give you a response to that, Terry. She used that phrase there, you're on your way out. Is it too early to ring that bell yet?
I think if I had £1 for every time someone said they're going to retire me, I could have probably retired off that money by now. So, you're not getting rid of me that easy, and stick around, and I feel like I've still got a lot to prove in this spot and in this game.
Jessica, let's hear from you and welcome you. What do you think this opportunity represents for you, and how much are you looking forward to this? It is a huge platform. We're going coast to coast in the States as well. You're going to shoot to prominence if you can get over the line on Saturday. Are you prepared for that? Could a win in a number of ways sort of launch your career as well?
Yeah, I feel like I'm very prepared for this. Had a lot of setbacks in the last few years. I feel like I should have been on, there's a few times where I would have wanted to be on this kind of platform before I have been, but I think actually the setbacks have given me the time to mature as a boxer and actually learn a lot more and be ready for this time that I'm sat here now. So yeah, I'm really excited about it now.
What do you know about Reina in terms of what sort of fight you can expect from her?
I've been asked this question quite a few times in the last few weeks, and the same reply every time is I have no idea about Reina's boxing style, how she boxes. I really don't care, because every time that I would be focusing on my opponent, I'm not focusing on being a better boxer myself. I'm fully focused on just developing me as a boxer and my skills. I feel like the pressure is all on Reina for this fight. She's the MVP signed boxer. She's been invested in, been brought over to here. She's on the back of a bounce, on the back of a loss, so she can't lose this again. So I'm just here to have fun and take that opportunity away from her.
Let's get Reina's response to that. Do you believe that the pressure is on this side of the table with you, or do you believe that the pressure is on the UK side of the table with Jessica?
Well, first of all, I feel like I never fold under pressure. I'm not afraid to really go inside somebody's backyard like I've shown before. You know, I just take this as another fight and to showcase my skills and show that I'm a better fighter than I was my last fight. So she can say what she want to say, but I know who I am. I know what I bring to the table, and it's never no pressure.
If she hasn't watched you and studied you and is not paying too much attention to you, is that a mistake in your opinion?
That's on her and her team. You know, I come to fight. You know, I can adapt to whatever she brings to the table or whatever she tries to do. So, you know, if she lacks that experience with, you know, knowing who she's coming in the ring with, then I feel like that's on her and her team.
What does it say about you that you were prepared at 16 days' notice to jump in with arguably one of the best female fighters that the world has ever seen in Amanda Serrano, and what difference does a full camp make for this fight?
You know, like I said before, I'm extremely grateful for that opportunity. I feel like giving that opportunity to me and me being able to showcase my talent is what got me on this platform today. So I feel like I'm a completely different fighter physically, mentally. I'm in a better space now, and I made the changes that I needed to change in my life inside and outside the ring, so I feel like I'm better overall.
Does anybody have further questions for anybody at the top table? Just raise your hand if you do.
Yeah, so this message is for Raina. So, fight and talk from Jessica. Do you have a message for her?
I don't do all that talking, you know. Like I said, I'm fully prepared, and I'm confident in my abilities, and, you know, I can't wait for Saturday night. I truly enjoy what I do.
Quick question for Jessica. A lot of people won't realise, Jessica, that you've got an excellent job outside of boxing. You've got a very good trainer locally. You're from Coventry, in Coleshill with John Pegg, who's an excellent trainer. How do you manage to balance it? You just heard your opponent saying that she's going full-time. How do you manage to balance it?
It's a good question. Feel like back in the day, I used to feel like I was on the edge of a breakdown probably every few weeks, but I just managed. I work for a great company. I work for SSE Energy Solutions. They really support me in my career, but in the end of the day, it's a full-time career. It's hard work. I mean, being off work this week it's just been an absolute breeze. So I'm coming into this fight feeling fresher than ever. That's never been the case in any of my fights before. I've been working up until the day before, full 40+ hours. So it's been great. Spent a lot more time training this camp, and I've been really lucky to have a full team at Eastside, John, Louis, Soggy, all backing me more than ever. And I've also got two other boxers, Scott and Kirsty Bavington from the gym in Coleshill. So it's not just me representing our gym this weekend, it'll be all of us, and I can't wait for us all to show.
Can't just move on without saying that question was asked by one of the British boxing OG legend, Gary Newborn. Great to see you, Gary, and thank you for coming along.
Yes, a question for Miranda. I spoke to Raina yesterday. You're both fighting out of Texas, and we know it's a state of great boxers, great fighters. What does boxing mean back in Texas, and what does it mean to represent your state?
Oh, it means everything. You know, I'm proud to represent my country, my city, my state. Yeah, I'm just here to, you know, make a statement.
Without causing chaos, I do want to go back. I mean, you can't prepare for a question from Alicia Baumgartner. Surely you didn't see that coming, did you? With all the stuff you can prepare. Or did you see that coming?
No,
Am I the one that didn't know?
I didn't even see her. Well, you know, I answered.
Okay. Can we get just a couple of final messages from the top two fights? Caroline, do you have a final message for your opponent, Amelia Moore? I invite you to address her directly.
I haven't got a message for Amelia Moore, but more so for the fans, you know, just to continue to support women's boxing. Tune in live on Sky Sports. It's going to be an exciting fight. As always, I bring that, and just continue to support. You know, we can't do this without you guys and everyone who's bought a ticket to the fight. So much love and appreciation, and thank you.
Amelia, do you have a final message for Caroline Dubois?
I mean, other than just, I think kind of just a general statement of oftentimes you see athletes curve each other, and they try to step around and pad their way. And I feel like these are these opportunities where you step into something and you have the opportunity where talent gets to meet talent, and from there we see incredible growth. And I just feel like that is something that needs to be highlighted. This really does. This whole card represents that. We have Mikaela and Chantelle, and these incredible talents willing to be able to push their talent and their skill and still growing, and that's something to be marked on for sure.
Very well said. Chantelle, do you have a final message for Mikaela?
Let's go grab female fighter of the year.
Mikaela, do you have a final message?
What did you say?
She thinks it's going to be one of the female fights of the year.
Okay. No, I've said everything I need to say. I'm just ready to go in there and box her up, prove everyone who thinks she's going to win wrong, and make my team proud, so I don't want to get yelled at, and have a great performance.
Nobody wants to get yelled at. That is it for our press conference. So we're going to invite Team USA to head backstage, Team UK to head backstage. We're going to face off all of the fighters. If everyone stays in their seats, everyone will get a clear shot. And once again, it is my absolute pleasure to reintroduce MC Big Mo.
Thank you very much, Andy. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday night, live right here in Birmingham, England, the BP Pulse Live. It's Team UK versus Team USA. 2 world title bouts on the card, and it's all live on Sky Sports. And now, I'd like to welcome back on stage for the face-offs the man who, along with Jake Paul, made this all possible. Please welcome the co-founder of Most Valuable Promotions, Mr. Nikisa Badarian, to the stage to face off all the fighters for Saturday night. We, of course, open with our prelim card. I'd like to welcome on stage the undefeated Hamza Udin versus Jemsi Kibazange.
Too many snakes turn fake on me. Still I stay loyal faithfully. Now I sit alone with my thoughts at night, asking God why.
Prelim bout on the card, live on Sky Sports. Hamza, the great Udin, representing the Midlands. He's undefeated, taking on Tanzania's own Jemsi Kibazange, live from Birmingham, England. Up next on our prelim card, I'd like to welcome Jorge Luis Huerta, and from the West Midlands, Brandon Bethel. The prelim card for MVP W6. This Saturday night live on Sky Sports, super lightweight division, Jorge Luis Huerta versus the Midland Zone, Brandon Bethel. A great domestic dust-up is up next, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome on stage
Saturday night.
Scott
Are there any
Melvin
matchups
and
or any
Dylan
fighters
Chima
that really stand out to you that you're really looking forward to seeing?
Yeah, well, I think Dylan Chima and Scott Melvin, I think both those guys have sold a lot of tickets each. They're local lads, it's a local derby. I think the styles will gel as well.
Kirsty Babington. Kirsty Babington, two-time European champion. Gemma Richardson boasting an undefeated record.
Do we feel like it's going to be lively in here on the weekend?
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully it sold well. There'll be a good crowd in here. There's some good matchups, some good fights. So I think, yeah, the fans who are coming, I think they should get in early.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, live on the prelims on Sky Sports, Gemma Richardson and Kirsty Babington. Up next, I'd like to welcome to the stage Scott Melvin and Dylan Chima.
This is the one you were just talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So both, I think Chima's based from Coventry, but he's got family in Birmingham, and obviously Scott Melvin is from Birmingham. So this is very much a local derby. Both guys have sold a lot of tickets, I'm told. And again, styles are gel. Both want to get down to it, get stuck in. So I think this will be exciting.
Dylan Chima back on Sky Sports versus the nearly undefeated, near perfect 12-1 of Scott Melvin.
Call my phone and say you need me, baby. I'm so green, you gotta teach me, baby. From Vancouver, you will BC, baby. Pull up, make bad, meet me, baby. My cup came with the next seat, baby. Swear my legs don't gotta free me, baby.
Up next, on our prelim card for MVP W6 this Saturday night, live on Sky Sports, I'd like to welcome Shannon Courtney, the babyface assassin, versus Ebony Cotton. Another great domestic fight. Rowley Regis, West Midlands versus Watford, Hertfordshire. Live on Sky Sports for the prelim card of MVP W6. Ebony Cotton versus the babyface assassin, Shannon Courtney, ladies and gentlemen. And now we arrive at the main event of our prelim card. Once again on Sky Sports, I'd like to welcome Niraj Goyat versus Yassine Koulali. Yassine Koulali from Wiesbaden, Germany, and the superstar from Chandigarh, India. Welcome back to the MVP stage, Niraj Goyat. Once again, this is the main event of your prelim card for MVP W6 this Saturday night from BP Pulse Live in Birmingham. Yassine Koulali versus Niraj Goyat. And now to the main card. This Saturday night, live on Sky Sports, it is Team UK versus Team USA. Let's welcome on stage Tyson Gallagher and the undefeated Brandy Robinson.
Just come outside for the night. Take your time.
You see the flag in the hand of Tyson Gallagher. She is representing Team UK, and she's taking on from Chicago, Illinois, the undefeated Brandy
Gallagher
Flash
was going to make her MVP debut earlier on this year, but it's been a bit stop-start for her, hasn't it, with injury. So finally, I mean, she gets back in the ring after, what, nearly a year out? Does it almost feel like a fresh start for her in some ways?
Yeah, I think I think the thing she probably needs to guard against most on Saturday night is not trying to be too eager. You know, the frustration, the disappointment of being out in the cold a little bit on the outside, looking at everyone else moving forward in their careers, progressing. She's got to stay focused, box to her, instructions, and let it flow. Don't try and force it.
Welcome back on stage, Terry Harper and Miranda Reyes. What a matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Team UK, represented by the former three-weight world champion Terry Harper, and Team USA, represented by Houston, Texas' own La Alaclana, Miranda Reyes. Ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday night, live on Sky Sports.
This
Team
one looks
UK
intriguing because
versus
it's,
Team USA.
you're almost thinking, what next for Terry Harper? Of course, last time you guys were together was when she lost that fight with Caroline Dubois. But interesting hearing Rhea say, when we listened to that press conference, she's on the way out. She's at the back end of her career. But she's not done yet, is she?
No, but you do wonder when that day is going to come, because I thought it a few years back with Terry Harper, but then she produced some really good performances and got right back up there. So, yeah, I mean, you'd imagine the clock is ticking. Miranda Reyes obviously got youth on her side. She's fresher. You'd imagine a lot more hunger. But you'd be foolish to write off Terry Harper because she's proven, experience.
And she obviously just still loves it, right?
Absolutely, she has to, and usually you would think at that age, and I mean, she's what she did, you'd lose motivation, but she still seems to have it.
Team UK versus Team USA. From Coventry, Jessica the Banshee Perry versus San Antonio's own Reina Diaz.
This feels like, for Jessica Barry, this is a big test, isn't it?
Yeah, big step up for her, by far the biggest stage platform she'll have boxed at. She's only from up the road in Coventry. Dylan Chima's fans, I would imagine, will be rooting for her as well. So she should have a lot of support in here.
Every single card. And now we arrive at the co-main event of Team UK versus Team USA. MVP W6. Let's welcome back the undefeated Caroline Dubois and the undefeated Amelia Moore.
I just wonder how you see this one, because Johnny was saying earlier he doesn't expect this to be a walk in the park for Caroline. How do you see it? Bearing in mind that Amelia Moore, just 4 professional fights?
Yeah, but very experienced amateur and turned pro late. So, you would say that she's not as seasoned. Well, she definitely isn't as seasoned as what Caroline Dubois is as a professional. But she's been boxing a long time. And certainly Caroline can't afford to overlook her, which I don't think she will. But, it's first fight with a new trainer, so you never know how things are going to click. But, you've got to say Caroline's favourite, but certainly Amelia Moore is definitely a very credible opponent, so you can't look past her.
Amelia Moore, ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of MVP W6 this Saturday night.
Wonder what she's saying to her right now.
I can lip read you, but I can't really leave that far.
No, maybe we shouldn't either, yeah.
Caroline's really kind of come out of her shell in the last sort of year or so.
Yeah.
When she turned pro, she was really kind of shy, didn't say a lot.
Confidence?
I think confidence. I think confidence, belief, all of that. And I think also she probably realises, this is professional boxing. I've got to push myself. I've got to put my name out there.
Part of the game.
Exactly. I've got to say, Amelia Moore spoke really well as well.
Yeah, she did.
The 2 women headlining this bill, Team UK versus Team USA, one of the best fights in the sport for the WBA, the WBC, and the WBO Unified Super Welterweight Championships. Let's bring back out Mikaela Mayer and Chantelle Cameron.
Right off the back, I need y'all to flex.
I think we're all just so looking forward to this, aren't we? Because like we say, it's tough to call. I know you two, it's your job to give your opinion, but it's hard to predict just because of what we were saying earlier, that it's closely matched where they are in their career, their records as well.
Yeah, really tough. Both seriously experienced, seriously competent. I just lean to Mayer because she said it herself. I think she probably can do a little bit more. I think there's a bit more to her if she needs to. And I think she was probably unlucky to be on the wrong end of 2 really close decisions over here. But, so you'd think maybe she's due one.
I feel like as well, she relishes this stage and this environment. Look, the belts are on the line, but she...
Yeah, I would say they both do, because Cameron's been on the big stage too. She boxed Katie Taylor in Dublin twice, so, she's got... and this is she's the home fighter here, but I don't see that being an advantage either way, really, because Mayer's so used to travelling, she gets it, very focused. I just think she's probably got the physical advantage, a little bit height reach, and I'm nitpicking, but I think she's probably got a little bit more to her.
I like the nitpicking. This is good. This is what you got to do. You got to nitpick.
Exactly. It's fine margins.
Exactly.
But thank you so much to all the fighters who joined us here today. Once again, we'll be back tomorrow for the public weigh-ins of MVP W6. And then, of course, Saturday night, Fight Night, live on Sky Sports from Birmingham, England.
We were just, Matt and I, talking about, well, most fights, but also talking about the main event, which you're just saying it's hard to call. What do you think it's going to come down to, really?
First of all, what a lineup. What a lineup. We've just seen the whole bill for Saturday night. It'll be an intriguing slugfest, to say the least. What do I make of the main bill? I think Mikaela has the height, she has the reach, she has the one you'd lean towards. But again, you can't write off Chantelle. You just can't write her off. I just think she's underrated so many times, and there's a lot on the line here. And so again, I'd say 60-40 towards Mikaela. I've got to do that, even though I want to support the UK.
This is not meant to be what you're saying, guys.
It'll not be an easy night for either.
No. I was at the public workouts yesterday, watching them both in the ring, and both look very focused but relaxed at the same time. One thing with Chantelle as well, because I know you know her team very well, the likes of Jamie Moore, but Nigel as well. It's a real nice setup that they've got there, and the fact that, of course, the backdrop that she left them for a little bit but then came back to them again, clearly it works, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think she'll be really happy that she's back with them, and I think that'll be a real asset to her, that two experienced guys and two great guys, that's not only good boxing coach, good people, and she'll be, that change room will be a barrel of laughs. They'll be funny. They'll be like,
that was what I was saying. It's a vibe I got where they're like, they're just hello, come and join us. Right, we've got Alicia Baumgardner. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. How was that up there? We love just watching the press conference unfold, but of course you've got a little bit of time until your fight in November. But how was that experience?
The experience here is always great. To be back in the UK, there's history here, there's experience, there's wisdom. I just love being here. It's a great feeling.
Something that I love that you said is that you are going into this new division, I suppose, feeling and maybe mentally preparing yourself like you're an underdog. Yeah. So talk us through that mentality, and that's how you're now approaching the fights that are to come, not just the one in November, but maybe whatever's to come after that as well.
Yes, my mindset has always been an underdog mentality. To have a skill that I have, you have to remain focused. You have to remain, what is the bigger assignment? I have a big assignment, and there's just so much more work that I have to do that I see in myself. I'm never complacent. I always love growing, and one thing about boxing, you grow every fight, every sparring session, so that's what I'm looking forward to, and that's why I have the underdog mentality.
Do you have an ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal? Yes, I will be undisputed at 135 as I was at 130, and again, continue to building the sport. We need women pioneers, we need game changers, and that's exactly what I'm doing.
Could you see you jumping up even more?
140? Yeah, why not? Listen.
Well, let's stick with lightweight just for now, all right? Let's stick with that.
One weight division at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess being around the press conference, the fight weekend, will probably give you motivation really to hit the ground running when you go back and start training for November 8th.
Yes, it's giving me a lot of motivation. Again, just being in the space again, just knowing that I can relax right now, but knowing when I get back home, it's game time, it's time to lock in, and I love it. I love what I do.
It was interesting to see how you handle yourself. You're in the lion's den. You've got Caroline here, you've got Mikaela here, and you're just thinking, listen, I've got business to do. It's you guys that want me. So you concentrate on your own business. I just liked how cool that was.
They're like my kids up there. They're like my kids up there. Funny enough, I've sparred Amelia, I've sparred Miranda, fought Mikaela, and fought Terry.
Did you throw that question at Mikaela because you're thinking down the line we're cross swords again?
Maybe so. But I like to keep her on her toes. But listen, it's just great to be around the women again, and just being that game changer and being the face of women's boxing.
Okay. Well, the first hurdle is Elite Turhan then on November the 8th. What do your preparations look like at the moment then ahead of that?
My preparation is what it's always been. Stay focused, that's number one. But two, continue to build what I've already been doing. I know what it is to be undisputed. I know what it is to be the underdog. I know what it is to go up against somebody bigger than you, someone who may hit harder than you. I hit hard too. I think people forgot how I became world champion in the first place. But that, again, will show at the lightweight division how much power carries on to the next weight class.
How long are you staying in the UK, though? Are you going to be ringside on Saturday?
I am going to be ringside. I will be here till Sunday, so I'm super excited
keeping your
about
eye
that.
on a few people then on Saturday
Oh, yeah.
night?
I got my commentary eye on them.
And did you move up in weight because it was getting hard to make the weight, or did you just wanted a new challenge?
No, it was never hard to make 130, and I wanted the challenge. I did everything that I wanted to do at 130, so I'm like, it's time to step up. And again, everybody was avoiding Turhan. I took that. I'm gonna step up. I love that. I love that challenge.
So we were saying it earlier, it's a champion's mindset, isn't it? To almost reach the top of the mountain and then go again.
You have to. And one thing about this sport is it doesn't come easy, and I don't want it to be easy. I want it to be, quote, hard, because I'm prepared for that and I'm made for those hard moments. Quote, hard.
She walks like a champion and talks.
I know, she's got
that's the
walking
vibe you
the
want
walk
to give
and
off to
talking
the
the talk.
fight.
I know, we love it. But this is why I know you've been asked so many times already up on that stage and probably beforehand doing media just about a potential fight with Caroline Dubois down the road. Have you spoken to her when you've seen her here? What's that been like?
No, we have not had any words. I know that is a fight that everybody wants to see, but her first test is Amelia. I know Amelia. She's very crafty. She is experienced. And again, I'm all for making the biggest fights. And right now, the biggest super fight in women's boxing is Alicia Baumgardner versus Elise Turhan.
Are you not interested in Caroline?
I am interested in anybody, sir. I don't duck no smoke. But again, I'm at 135 now. Like I said, I love a challenge. I love a hungry fighter. Caroline is very hungry. She should be. She's at this stage now in her career that she wants those challenges. And when you step up to the big dog, baby, here we are. You know?
Ready and waiting.
The big dog. Is it easy to not overlook certain? I'm not saying you are, any of you are, but almost just not look too far down the line.
Yeah, no, I keep the focus where the focus needs to be. And right now, that's me moving up to 135 and Turhan. And again, when we make statements, we send a statement as well with that. So that performance is going to be a statement performance, and I'm ready for it.
What is the biggest motivator for you? What really drives you?
Yeah, what drives me is, what was planted in a long time ago. I started boxing at 8 years old.
Yeah.
I started wrestling at 5 years old. My dad has been a big inspiration. He has passed away, but his work ethic has been instilled, and giving up is never an option. There's always been plan A, never plan B.
I'm sure he'd be very proud of you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
We look forward to watching you on November the 8th as well. I'll take that
Awesome.
for you. I love what you said. She does. It's all right. It's all right. Just in case anyone else joins in, I don't know. She walks the walk and talks the talk. Talks the talk and walks. Oh, hello, Nikisa. Nikisa the Badarian. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Co-founder of MVP, the mastermind behind all of this. How much have you been enjoying today?
It's been great. It's incredible to be at this moment, given we're 5 years old on Saturday. So
Oh, wow.
5 years ago, this exact Saturday, Jake Paul made his debut. MVP made its debut, but most relevant and important and proud for me is Amanda Serrano did her first fight with us as the co-main event. A woman, a female, and nobody understood why. And now here we are on Sky Sports. Women headline card, UK versus USA. That's what it was all about.
Do you find MVPs like the honey to bees, all the female fighters thinking that's where I want to be? Have you seen that overnight?
Yeah, well, look, we're in a very fortunate position that we've become the reference brand for women athletes in this sport. And we want to give them all opportunities, but of course there's only so much output that we have. So it's about being selective, putting the right matchups together, and seeing who performs the way that deserves continued investment.
You talk about that 5-year anniversary on Saturday. Congratulations. We're
Thank you.
celebrating right here on Saturday night.
Let's go.
Talk to us a bit more in depth about that journey then. Where it all started and to get to this point now. What has that journey and story been like?
Yeah, look, from inception, we realized Jake had a unique platform and audience that if he was to take boxing seriously, we could harness that attention to do disruptive things that have not been done in the sport before. And we've done that with Netflix, we've done that with TikTok, we've done that with Madison Square Garden, with Amanda and Katie. But there was 3 pillars to start. Pillar 1 was focusing on fighters, being a fighter-first organization. Pillar 2 was focusing on the younger generation, Gen Z and Gen Alpha. And soon it'll be Gen Beta. No one's thinking about Gen Beta, but soon it'll be Gen Beta. And third, which was odd for everyone in boxing, was focusing on women's boxing. No one understood that. And I had the benefit of being at the UFC when we introduced women's MMA. Ronda Rousey was a trailblazer who was the most popular athlete, male or female. And I believed if we found the right athlete or athletes, we could do the same in women's boxing. We have a long way to go, but today is a demonstration of that we've made a lot of great progress and given these athletes the right platform push and hopefully pay.
Was that set the seed? The Ronda Rousey fight, was that set the seed for this platform for women's boxing?
Ronda Rousey set the seed for sure for me because I saw her become the most powerful figure in our sport, male or female. 2015, I was the CFO. She was the largest revenue driver in the company, more than Conor McGregor. So, of course, she was extremely impressive, dominant, massive finishes. And then I saw Amanda Serrano. I said, look at this young lady. 12 years in the sport, 7-division champion. I think at the time she had 29 knockouts. And I said, I'm going to go back her. I think she can do this.
You've
she did.
Solidify the perception of female boxing, especially with the platform that you provided and the fights that you put on, which have been fights that you wouldn't see the best fighting the best champions, unifying titles.
Yeah, look, part of it is just like speaking it into existence. If no one believes in you, then who is going to believe in you? So we believe in these athletes. We push them as being the best in the world. We know we have the best product possible. And that in itself manifests into existence of fans being like, oh, MVP's got to fight. Oh, these are incredible athletes. I need to watch this.
With that journey in mind and how the last 5 years have gone, and you said what really were the drivers behind it all, where next? What are the
Where
real
next
big
is Saturday
ambitions?
night right here at the BP Pulse Live on Sky Sports, UK versus USA, Chantelle Cameron versus Mikaela Mayer, Caroline Dubois versus Amelia Moore, and 3 other magnificent fights. Well, we see what country has the pride. I tried to wear very neutral colors today to show.
Good. You might have got thrown out otherwise.
When I left as a kid for the first time, when I left my home country of Iran, I entered the UK. So this was my first home outside of Iran. And then I migrated to the US
taking you
over
then.
time.
You're with us.
So I'm on both sides on this one.
How you find the UK fans? We're different.
Listen, this is the best market for boxing, right? This is part of the reason why there's such a debate about Joshua versus Fury and where that belongs. On a pound-for-pound basis, the UK is the best boxing market in the world. Now, the US is a much bigger market, much bigger potential audience. So I see that pull as well. But if you want to make it in boxing, you got to make it in the UK.
Good shout.
Right, I think we've taken up too much of your time. So thank you for coming and joining us. We really appreciate it. I feel like you've hyped up Saturday night better than any of us could, to be honest with you. So yeah, I know. You can come back anytime. So do come and join us on Saturday night, 7 o'clock live on Sky Sports. But a reminder, we are live from 3 o'clock on the Sky Sports Boxing YouTube channel tomorrow for the weigh-ins. So we'll see you then.